Hello, hi, greetings to one and all. Don't let the voice fool you, it's me, Marianic90. Today, I decided to do what I do best. Produce more never before seen, relevant, informative, life-changing videos about only the most trending topics in popular culture zeitgeist. That's right. Today it is time to reach the honest truth on fierce debate between two of the most main characters ever. Ash Ketchum from Pokémon versus Shirou Emiya from Fate Stay Night. Seriously, who puts ketchup on their fries? Who puts Ash on their fries? And for that matter, do people really die if they are killed? Let's find out. This video is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. Alright, it's time to drop some heavy truths and rewrite meters for years to come. We've got ourselves really interesting and highly requested matchup here, with both of our contestants being extremely similar protagonists. They are both heroes of series where teenagers command endless line of marketable beings to fight for them. Both are goody two-shoes moral Jesuses with huge harems. Both were raised by single parents, aspire towards impossible goals that can't be reached, who are the masters of the mascots of their respective franchises and only managed to defeat their last challenge one time. And of course, every fan of their shows hates their guts, but secretly loves them for being so awesome, making us sad when they leave, and in the center of attention each time they reappear or make a cameo. But today, only one may survive as we are pitting them against each other in full power no bars held versus battle to the death. We'll be scaling these two boys using only consistency, facts, and logic, and all canon material at our disposal. I had to read million pages of Pokémon ecchi where women talked about their breasts and translate hundreds of pages of Japanese-only interviews of Kinoko Nasu explaining the lore, just to find out why this guy's hair color keeps changing. So let's review this duo's epic feats and skills to find out who would win a death battle. Ash Ketchum was. Ash Ketchum is perpetually 10 years old Pokémon trainer from Kanto region, who quit only after 26-year-long career of traveling the world with his friends, trying to become the Pokémon Master.
I will be a Pokémon Master.
But what is that?
What is that? What even is that?
Seriously, nobody f***ing knows what it means to be a Pokémon Master, nor how to become one. No one's ever done it, and even the developers admitted that they have no f***ing idea about what the title means. Do you need to catch them all, befriend them all, win every league in every region? All the above. Let's face it, if any one of these were the correct answer on how to become one, you'd think Ash would at least try to pursue them with even a modicum of interest, but he has not. Not to mention how it's literally impossible, as there will always be more Pokémon species and regions that will magically pop up out of nowhere when next game rolls up. His objective-orientated shortcomings aside, what can he do in a straight fight? First of all, Ash is completely immune to all types of Pokémon moves, consistently showcased in the anime by him eating face full of Pikachu's lightning and other moves known to throttle legendary Pokémon. So he's immune to all types, and scales beyond them, which is consistent with fodder trainers also withstanding these moves to a degree, as they can stand next to Muscargo, who burns the side of the planet it's on. But on top of that, if he decides to be really OP, he can simply perform any of the puny moves of any Pokémon as seen on the screen, including his favorite tactic, Tackle. This gives him the ability to force his opponents to sleep, give them only one weak move, swap moves, make them forget moves, soul stealing, IQ over 5000, black holes, invulnerability, and so much more. Being able to no-sell any attack and perform any attack of any Pokémon makes Ash comfortably stronger than all of them combined, even the legendaries, which Ash also violates via theory I call the technology formula. Consistently, Pokeballs are tech. Pokeballs can catch Pokémon. Therefore, technology is stronger than Pokémon. We've seen tech be used on legendaries too, as Giratina was captured by Zero. And Rayquaza was raped by some random Minecraft blocks, among other examples from every Pokémon media ever. Yes, these beings that embody and are masters of time, space, antimatter and reality on infinite level, all get owned by 10-year-olds balls. Not only does Ash have these pokeballs at hand, he scales above tech via being human, as humanity created all technology and thus is its master, and thus he scales above all Pokémon yet again. This gives Ash access to every feat in the series, such as Delta Meteor's planet busting and Necrozma sucking all the light in the universe. As if this wasn't enough to decimate your favorite verse, Ash can whip out his arsenal of Pokémon to help him out, but as we've established, those are fodder compared to him. Only one that matters is Pikachu. And you know it. Anime knows it, this game knows it, this chick knows it, economy knows it, Ash knows it, as he can solo everyone with him. We've already seen Pikachu replicate all other Pokémon in existence with his omnireceptive powers of mimicry anyway, so Ash pretty much has any Pokémon he'd ever need. Need to read minds? Professor X Pika has your brain. Need some extra time? Zawildo. Need some detectiving? Batman. Pikachu is so badass that it doesn't evolve. After all, it is already superior to its evolved model, Raichu. I don't even need to get into the unimaginable power of this yellow rodent that obliterates legendaries any further, but let's do it anyway. See that? That goat stuck in a fence's Pokémon God. So Pikachu, whom Ash surpasses by leaps, is stronger than God. This level of power is also not an outlier, as Pokémon Master according to the church during 90s Pokemania is state above God, and Master of all creatures. You couldn't find a better source closer to the word of God than that if you tried. Wait, if there is God in Pokémon, why is Darwinism so strong? As if Ash wasn't completely invulnerable and unbeatable, he is also completely immortal, and I can prove it. In an early episode, Ash f***ing dies and becomes a ghost, but is casually able to return into his body. In the first movie he gets the life zapped out of him by Mew and Mewtwo, fainting for the sins of all the Pokémon there, and it only took him 3 minutes to come back to life. I'm just saying. And in Pokémon I choose the power of us where Pikachu sounds like this.
I always want to be with you.
He gets vaporized into nothingness, yet again comes back to life faster than Deadpool, because nothing as weak as death can slow down Ash Ketchum. In conclusion, we are dealing with nothing less than an apex predator of the Pokémon world, a trainer with impeccable track record and skills that surpass even high complex multiversal Pokémon, and he has grit to match as well as strongest Pokémon ever, and he can't be put into any of the actual games because he'd solo them in 5 minutes, and thus Ash's history. Rest his history. On the other corner, we have Shirou, motherfucking Emiya. The bone of his sword. Steel is his body and fire his blood. Like, for once, let's look at the facts here. This man is so legendary that he has his own day dedicated to him, f***s more than hentai protagonist, and stars entire cooking game of him making food for his entire family. And you do not. Yes, that is the sound of Food Wars ripping off Fate big time. After traumatic childhood and some survivor's guilt to boot, Shirou grew up to be stupidly sexy redhead, guaranteeing that he'll be played by black actor in live-action Fate movie, and that he'd have dreamed too big for him to handle, which was to become hero of justice, concept which unlike our dear Mr. Ketchum's dream, has been defined very clearly as logical and scientific impossibility, making Shirou same kind of fool after unrealistic pipe dream. If you want to save everyone, you must save ones that threaten others. But people can only be saved if threatened. Wake up, idiot! Shirou's abilities include his fire cooking skills, working, respect women, abs that only get juicier with each new interpretation, and his unsurpassed deductive reasoning. Seriously, what a man. Everyone should have someone like that in their lives. Also, he has this projection magic that allows him to create unlimited copies of every weapon he sees, such as noble phantasms that are literal concepts of heroes of past, apart from god-made divine constructs. Objection! This is actually bullshit. We've seen Shirou and others project Saber's Excalibur, so Shirou can literally copy anything. His arsenal thus includes every heroic weapon ever, giving him causality alteration, existential erasure, instant death, infinite soldiers, 12 plus 3 extra lives, invulnerability, and ability to one-shot the universe. Having every noble phantasm ever would also scale Shirou above all servants in existence put together, which includes Buddha and Jesus. And this is also proven by feats too, as Shirou managed to defeat King of Heroes, Gilgamesh, strongest servant ever, who can tank his 8-dimensional universe destroying Enuma Elish, meaning that Shirou's basic attacks are on that level. Not to mention how Shirou himself has tanked the same attack, so even the strongest noble phantasm can't kill him. He has also casually tanked hits from Fodder Doggo and Jobber Hercules, and his body instantly regens thanks to Avalon and swords, and he's also really good with pipes. Based, Shirou would also have access to Saber, the King of Knights, as standard equipment due to being her master, but as I already proved, Shirou can just project all her abilities and more, not to mention how beginning a visual novel no bitches Shirou, who couldn't even use projection, reasoned that his packs could tank Berserker's attacks better than Saber's precious body, and the bro chivalrously took the hit instead. Just like Ash, Shirou has also demonstrated immortality, not following his own advice and dying when killed by a guy in tights. And yes, Rin's pendant couldn't heal Shirou, as gay bulk wounds can't be healed in lore, meaning that Shirou wasn't healed. He died. Yet he came back. Similar thing keeps happening to him across various routes of Fate Stay Night, yet he always stands up, not to mention how his child version could tank dying in Great Fuyuki Fire, created by Proto-Satan. That's right, not even the devil can kill Shirou. Even if all of these absurd abilities bordering on plot armor didn't already make Shirou stronger than majority of fiction, Shirou possesses various alternate forms he can freely draw on, as clearly stated in Unlimited Blade Works route. His most popular cameo is fan favorite Archer Emiya, consistently hard as f*** in every version, despite being a nameless hero. Personally, I'd argue that it's not so bad. Plenty of people have lived their lives just fine without name.
Oh yeah? Name one.
Well, the artist formerly known as Prince, the Unknown Soldier, and the other 4 guys in Jackson 5. Regardless, Shirou already defeated Archer, creating paradox where he's better than his superior future self, proving he's above logic. There's no other explanation, and I know better than you, so don't question me.
I fought in the console wars of the...
There are Emiya variants with guns and swords, and some that are your grandpas, but the fact remains that all Archer Emiyas are Shirou's, but not all Shirou's are Archer Emiyas. Like this variant from that one lowly fanfiction anime, who's basically just more alpha version of the original, with snow on his swords, doubling Shirou's initial attack power. But don't confuse this man with this person. This man is a beast, while this one's a living punching bag. Only logical explanation is that the other maxed out their cooking stat, while other chabness. Though to give credit to the worst Shirou in the franchise, he has boundless patience of a saint when everyone is just f***ing awful to him 24/7 for no reason.
規制というか虚勢シローが悪さする前にちょんってね
You all think that Oh Thunder Snow is punished Venom Shirou, but it's actually the Khalid Liner one, considering how he's beat up by everyone, is used as sex object, gets bullied by his family, is used as fetish fuel, drugged, assaulted by older men, is ignored, borderline raped by Ruby in one episode, and his own mother pawns him off. I can only conclude that Khalid Liner writers were using this show as an outlet to work through some daylight reading stuff between them and their own siblings. But come anything his way, one thing is certain, Shirou will continue the path towards his mentally insane dream. Alright, the combatants are set, let's settle once and for all if people really die if they're killed.
Fight!
Oh. Just as I thought, the universe couldn't handle that much awesomeness and exploded. The wise words of Fruit Ninja Sensei could never have prepared me for this. No matter. Any animation would just do disservice to this battle of titans anyway, so let's continue on without it like always. The battle would basically go like this. Ash would come to the hoods, trying to catch Saber, since she's a rare, and Shirou would try to talk some sense into him, which would lead to battle, like every conversation between trainers does. The two would likely open with their signature moves. Tackle, which would get them nowhere fast as it has never worked during the 100 times of usage, though. Shirou might actually just kill Ash here by accident if those swords that pop out of him randomly appear when Ash charges at him as is his MMO. At this point Ash would release all his Pokémon. And based Shirou would just use his projection to copy Ash's Pokeballs, releasing his own versions of the Pokémon, completely countering Ash's arsenal of weapons. Though as I already pointed out, this is equivalent of Ultra Instinct Goku throwing pillows as his method of attack. Saber would counter Pikachu, but even without her, Shirou could just project his own Pikachu. Another fireproof way Shirou could easily defeat all of Pokémon is to project any of the million magic destroying artifacts and use them to nullify his ops. As we all well know, God of Pokémon himself has confirmed that the Mons are magical creatures, and he knows best.
Not even magical creatures shall be forgiven for siding with human beings.
But now that we've gone this far into the rabbit hole, Shirou does have the edge here. He has his own immortal beyond servant level self combined with unlimited weapons, and now unlimited Pokémon, while Ash only has his immortal beyond Pokémon self and few Pokémon. So assuming that they're about equal base to base, Emiya wins in quantity, and would be able to defeat the Ashen one in the end, likely by enticing him with food, to then use the opportunity to destroy him with unlimited Gable Ganderworks Excalibur, that he got by training with Archer, Saber, Rin, and Lancer. Yes, this is an official thing. Where did humanity go wrong? One could argue that even with this certain kill move, the fight would last 1,000 years with both combatants being immortal, but only Shirou can kill immortal beings by projecting Emperor or Shiki's eyeballs. But what if Ash used his Dark Evil mode? Irrelevant. Shirou has one too. Not to mention how Saber, according to some smucks, is the strongest character of all time for one reason or another. I don't really get it either, but seeing how Shirou easily scales above her, it is safe to say he styles on Ash and Ruffle stomps him on all levels. They may both be masters of most famous creatures in their verses, able to defeat their rivals, and even the strongest beings in their universes. But in the end, only one cooks more than Walter White, and that is Shirou, motherfucking Emiya. In the end it seemed like he was gonna catch 'em all, but ended up being just an ash hole. By the powers bestowed upon me as per my status as foremost Astolfo enjoyer on the planet, I declare Shirou Eminem the winner of this death battle. This was extremely close matchup, but it is easy to see why it ended the way it did. Ash never admitted to his dream being bullshit and retired after just one measly W, while Shirou never gives up.
Never give up, never surrender.
Even though Ash gets reaped like wheat, he wins in my heart. After all, he definitely fucks more of the two, plus is way bigger moral Jesus considering Shirou's selfish motives for becoming a hero. If they switched series, Ash paired with Saber could probably win the Holy Grail war with his trainer skills, but Shirou would likely not even get past the Indigo League since he would keep throwing himself on front of attacks to protect his Pokémon from damage. Thank you for watching this impeccable video. This was really so good that it healed the cancer I was inflicted by my FNAF power scaling video couple years ago. The amount of people this video reaches is probably not close to the 300,000 people Hatsune Miku saves from depression on yearly basis. But even if just one of you liked it, it was all worth it in the end. So remember to smash that like button, please like and please subscribe. Only 69% of you watching have subscribed. Please recommend to friends and family and share it with your boss.
だが進化は失敗だったな。